最強の超合機関裁縫ポール。
What's up guys, Lucci back with a One Piece Bounty video, and I have a guide for you guys who need help with their blue support. I have 3 different support builds for different cases, so it may help you. If it helps you, make sure you hit the like button, and if you're new, hit the subscribe button for future content as well. And let's get to it. Alright, starting out, we're going to have Luffy and Fuji as an example. Now this support build is your tanky slash damage support build. And the support that we're going to be starting out with is going to be Attacker, Straw Hat, Zone, and New World as your main support traits. And then you're going to have some Paramecia, Captain, Worst Gen, Runners, Grand Line, and Defenders a little bit in there. Alright, for Attackers, you're going to get an increased attack by 200 and increased critical damage by 5%. So those critical hits going to get an extra 5% damage, so that's going to come clutch. The next trait we're going to go with is Straw Hats. Straw Hats is one of your main support traits you're going to need. You get reduced critical damage received by 30%. So that's going to go hand in hand with your zone support, especially if you're using the damage reduction set for your defenders. So you get that critical damage reduced. And like I said, it's going to help with zone, but we'll get to zone in a second. Next support trait is very important for this support build because you get reduced damage received from enemies that you're weak against by 15%. So that's going to go hand in hand with the Straw Hats, so you can tank a lot more damage from the greens, especially with your damage reduction set when you're in your treasure area. The next support trait is going to be important because you need that for your damage against elements you're weak against, which is New World. Increase damage to elements you're weak against by 15%. So that's going to help you with the damage against the greens, and like I said earlier, you get to tank the greens. Now if you look at the bottom and you see that most of the zones down there are blue, I highly recommend that you use zone if you feel like your support from blues need more defense, so that you can tank a lot more damage from the greens. The next example for the support build is going to be Luffy and Big Mom. This is going to be like your attackers and runners. I also recommend this for a defender as well, but I'll explain that in a second. So the first support trait is going to be runners. Runners, you get an extra 800 health and you get an extra 30% when you cap the flag to the treasure gauge. So that basically fills up the bar a lot more. And versus when you use defenders, you get only a 10% to fill up the treasure gauge. So I feel like when you use a defender and you use runners, you know, you get that extra bar fill up, and then you can just fill up the rest quicker. Next on the list, we're gonna have Straw Hats again, you know, just to have some more protection from critical hits. You know, that's important. You know, you kind of always want Straw Hats. The next one is going to be Paramecia. This is very important for your Luffy or your attackers, you know, that have that critical damage, and you get an extra 20% when your strength is less than 50%. Next support trait is going to be very important for your runners. Captain, when your strength is less than 50%, 100% chance of preventing stagger from long range normal attacks. When your strength is less than 30%, reduce damage received from long range normal attacks by 20%. So when you're capping those flags and you know you're getting hit with low health, it can help you out at times, so that comes clutch. Next we have New World again. You know, you're gonna need that extra damage against those greens. And then next we have Worst Gen. When around your enemy's treasure area, increase knockback distance by 30%. Also when you're around your own captured treasure, increase knockback distance by 30%. So that's gonna come clutch for like your Big Moms, your Santis, any characters that have knockback effect. Now if you look at the bottom, you can see that there's a mixture of support elements. So your support percentage won't be as high, but you do have some clutch support traits that can help you in game and still have a decent amount of support percentage. The last support build example, we're going back with Luffy and Fuji. Now this support build is more so of a defender attacker with the effects and stuff like that, you know, just building around the characters you have. So as you can see right here, I have defenders, 7 warlords, Paramecia, and Captain. I think I have some more in there, but we get to that in a second. But like for Fuji, you get the gravity, and then with Luffy you get the recovery block. So with defenders you get 200 defense and increased treasure gauge recovery amount by 10%. And then with 7 warlords, when your strength is more than 50%, increase status effect by 30%. Next we have Paramecia. Paramecia is a great trait for Luffy or critical characters. When your strength is less than 50%, you get that extra critical damage by 20%. Next we have Captain again for those long range basic attacks, and then we have Grand Line. Reduce damage received from enemies with the same element by 15%. That helps out as well for some extra defense. This is just a few examples of some sets you can use for your characters. If this helped you, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.